not many people are actually teaching you how to find leads. So I want to stop the failure rate and actually show you all what you can do right now. And we're going to share sound and PowerPoint. Okay. So once again, their agents call me the lead generation coach. I have spent time and talked with Robert Kiyosaki. I've changed the lives of hundreds of agents on real estate teams across the US. I've been told that I'm easy to understand and I break things down in a step-by-step method. So, and most sales courses are super complex and they focus on selling something, whereas I help agents learn how to talk about their service and actually create a market for themselves. So let's move on because I want you to know I started from the humblest of beginnings. And this is probably a really weird thing to introduce about myself. But when I started, I had no network, I had no sphere. If you remember my story, I had just arrived. I didn't do any ads and I was not posting every day. Okay. No sphere, no ads, not posting every day. Is there anybody else listening here who also does not have a huge network, does not want to pay for ads, they don't even know how to work the ads, and who doesn't want to post every day? If you are 0 for 3 like me, I want you to drop that in the chat below. Are you 0 for 3 like me? Like no sphere, no ads, no posting? Or maybe you're 1 out of 3. Maybe you have a sphere. Maybe you've done ads. Maybe you're good at ads. Or maybe you do like to post every day. Where are you? I want you to drop it in the chat right now. 0/3? Are you 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3? Okay. Yeah. And I want you to know that the reason I bring this up is because I want to make sure that you are absolutely certain that this can work for you. And this is for anyone. I came from the humblest of beginnings. And if I can do it, and all these other people I'm about to show you can also do it, you can definitely do it as well. Because it was not all waterfalls and rainbows when I started. I had a lot of tears and heartbreak. I assure you, I am not naturally gifted. We talked, so real quick though, many of you may be wondering, how do you even grow your business beyond what it is today? And this is what I've run into, and many of you have run into as well. And so for all of the real estate business owner agents right now, we understand that there is a gap in your business from where you are and where you want to be. Where you are, where you want to be. And so are you guys all aware of your gap? And so I'm sure many of you have seen that, right? I mean, what is the gap? What is this thing where we're talking about, like, how do we close it? Maybe it's the number of clients that you are trying to get in touch with. Maybe you've got 0 clients and you want 5. Maybe you have 10 clients and you want 25. And so maybe it's transactions. Maybe you've got 2 transactions and you want 22 transactions. So wherever you are today, you know where you want to be. And so there is this gap. How do you get from here, where you are now, up to over there? Okay. How do you close that gap? Sometimes it can be daunting, right? And you might even think, I don't know where to go. I don't know how to get to the other side. Like, I can't just jump off this cliff. You might fall, right? So there is this big secret of how do you get from where you are in business to where you want to be. Okay, so the big secret is, sorry, babies, not right now, not right now. And so for all of you real estate owners, I want you to know that there is a way. For those of you who have been in my community a while, this is not a real big aha. I want you to know that you might not even sure what a niche is or what a niche is. And so we're going to continue talking about that today. But do you know that it's the 3-step process, okay? To get from where you are to where you want to be. This is such a powerful concept to understand because this is the key to being more than average. You know, the market is saturated. You know, you need to stand out. And it helps you get super targeted, dialed in with your combination. And play. There it is. So what we're going to do is we are going to start dialing in your unique combination. This is the big secret. This is the thing. Everybody has told you you need to stand out. The way you stand out is to create your combination. Okay. So this is for you. If you have ever failed at generating leads in the past, welcome. You're in the right spot and it's not your fault. If you have ever been concerned in the past that you can't get leads, you can put those fears to rest. You may think that the market is saturated with agents or think that you can't stand out, and that is just not true. If you have ever thought that your real estate company isn't helping you, you're probably right. So we're here to show you. I'm here to show you today this weird marketing hack, which is going to get you hundreds of leads a week without that huge following, without paid ads or posting every day, all during this challenge. This free challenge, okay? So, are you guys ready? You ready to party? All right. Cool, me too. So I gave you a quick rundown yesterday of kind of my backstory, how I came to be. And I assure you, this whole process did not start off great. Quick little behind the scenes that my real dream was to travel overseas, be an awesome person overseas. And then I did, got a job over there, but still was too much month left at the end of my paycheck. So I started doing some research, found this book. Oh my gosh, I was just shocked at all of the stuff that this book, one little book, explains to me about the way money works, about the way business works, and how the rich don't pay taxes, how the taxes were originally only for war times, but the government liked the income, so they kept it, and essentially are training you to be factory workers through the school process. And oh my gosh, it was just so much fog rubbed off the window of what society had been telling me. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is happening. Meanwhile, I'm going through this life crisis and my brother has his baby. Of course, the baby is super cute. And I don't have any children myself, so I wanted to love this little boy as though he was mine. And I sold everything I had in Dubai, which is where this was, moved to Florida. This is where my real estate agent story begins. So fast forward, I joined this real estate brokerage and I need to hold off on that for right now. Hold off on this for also. Okay. I was pretty naive in thinking that all of the instruction that I would need to know on how to market myself, how to generate leads, how to stand out would actually be given by my real estate brokerage or my real estate school. And there was so much training on how to do contracts, on how to do dot loop, on how to do email sending, how to put people into my CRM. But there was like this gap and I didn't even know what questions to ask and they're like, oh yeah, ask whatever questions you want. And my question of how do I do this? How do I lead gen? How do I do, I didn't know enough to ask the right questions to find out what I needed to know. And I was a high achiever. I was, I had done all these cool things in my life, but coming to real estate, I was just I was so unsure of what to do. And spending time learning this, there were not enough resources. I was wasting money too. Not okay. I'm trying to get on my feet. I had just moved from overseas, trying to help my family. All I wanted to do was support myself. And my brother at the time was working overnight shifts at the casino, trying to make things work for his family. He was missing out on putting his kids to bed. He was missing out on their life events. And really, I wanted to be able to help him. I wanted to be able to help my parents who were aging. And I knew all the information was out there. I just didn't know what to do to find it. I mean, is there anybody else out there who can relate to this kind of hustle and grind mentality? Hashtag grind. If you are thinking this way, if you're like, I know it's out there, I just have to find it. Hashtag grind. The sad fact is I wasn't getting anywhere. And to make matters worse, I was living with my parents. So they were taking care of me instead of me taking care of them. I wasn't making enough money to move out. My brother was struggling. I was struggling. My parents, who were, getting older, were the only ones kind of taking care of everybody. Yeah, I'll show you this story. So I had, I had lots of different certifications. I ended up even getting new construction certification, but I still didn't know how to find the people. Well, I had an email come through, and I ended up working with some home buyers. And these home buyers were like, we buy your house for cash, or we buy houses. Those sorts types of signs. I'm sure you've seen them, right? Well, I started working with them because they had so many leads coming in, and then I would just follow up and call them. Well, after being licensed now for 2 years, anyway, so I'm gonna back up a second. I was actually really great at having conversations with them, making friends. However, conversations do not lead to conversions. Making friends do not lead to closings. And this is where my struggle is. I just want to let you know, because this is an excuse I hear all of the time. Kat, you're good at sales because you are an extrovert. Hey, Kat, you're good at sales because you're so personable and charismatic. And let me tell you, that is not enough to close sales. It actually comes down to learnable skills. That does not mean you are born with it. It does not mean that you either are or are not. Driving a car is a skill. You were not born knowing how to do it. You had to learn it. These are skills. Okay, 100% worth it. So, yeah, I thought that I just needed the leads and I would be golden. However, that's not all I needed. I actually needed sales skills to convert them and close them. So I got to the point and I was just losing my mind thinking, what is going on? Why am I not getting this? Why wasn't I successful? I sent a message up to the universe and I was like, you know what? I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. Just show me the way. Show me the way. Right? So I said that little prayer, or I said that out to the universe, surrendering. I didn't know what else to do. And went to bed that night, woke up, carrying on my merry way the next day, and I got a phone call. She was an agent I had met previously, just on some of my lead calls, and she's noticed that I was really good with people. She was looking to expand her team, and so she said the dreaded question, join my team. And I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm no good. So she invited me out to breakfast. And this whole time she is saying, she's like, and join my team. I think you're great. And join my team. Meanwhile, all of the thoughts in my head are, I am worthless. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm useless. There's nothing special about me. I'm not even worth the time. I'm not cut out for this. Have you guys ever had any of these thoughts? Any of this head trash? I want you to drop a comment. Hashtag head trash down below if you have ever had these kinds of thoughts. If you have ever had these types of thoughts, hashtag head trash down below. Because this is all I was so clouded with judgment of myself. I could not even see beyond all of this self-doubt. She said, you know what? Well, there you go. All you really need is the right strategy, training, support, but most importantly, accountability. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't think that's what I need, but you know what? you are crazy sauce. I need way more than that. However, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I got nothing else going on. I was like, sure, let's do this. Well, I got to tell you, that was one of the best decisions I made, because the next couple of months, she did help me get some of that training, strategy, accountability. She gave me a list of people to call. She told me who to contact. She gave me a how to contact them, how to get in, how to have that interaction with them. And then she told me what to say to them. What to say. This is where these puzzle pieces started getting put together. It took me 4 months, and it was now crystal clear to me how to have a conversation using these specific language patterns, which lead prospects into choosing our team to be the agents they want to work with. And because I learned all this stuff, I was no longer nervous to speak to a prospect, because I knew exactly what outcome I was driving them towards, which also meant I knew kind of what to say, what questions to ask. And it turns out it's not a reflection of how outgoing, my personal worth, or my personality, or doesn't matter how many affirmations I did. I just needed the skills of the sale and the process. Again, I mean, yesterday I showed you a little bit about how I was a lead generation specialist on an award-winning team. So because of all this training, I was able to speak to prospects with confidence. I started seeing the sales take off. I was way more comfortable talking to people after this. And my team leader made sure I had all of the leads that I could handle. So again, here is the team. Now we only had 5 agents, 5 or 6 agents. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Everybody else was some sort of admin. And yep, again, in our first, that's me. Our first year we closed, oh, my title was ISA. First year we closed 177, and the second year was 240. So if you do the math, what is 240 divided by 6? It's like 40 closings an agent, because we were able to work as a team. Now, not every team is like that, by the way. We had a specific way to do it. Our team was designed by the teams in Millionaire Real Estate Agent. So that's a side topic. But anyway, again, all of this stuff I got to learn how a top producing real estate team works. I started getting asked to coach other real estate teams. And that really meant I was creating training videos. So I went into Facebook groups to find agents to help to actually practice my teaching on, to see if I could take somebody from nothing to something. And this is really how I started to discover how to do things without ads, how to do it without a sphere, how to do it without posting every day. So here, this is the first course that I wrote. And we're actually going to cover a lot of this tomorrow in our chat, like 5 ways, 5 secrets to never lose a lead. This is where the light bulb went off, okay, or went on. I started connecting the pieces. Literally, I thought, oh my God, this works. And thus was born the Catapult Combination System of attracting, interacting, and moving them offline to use us to sell their house. This was the Catapult combination to aiming your strategy. I didn't need to learn how to generate from scratch. I just needed to learn how to attract people to me. Here are some of the snapshots of the students that have really succeeded in our programs. There's Pamela, there's Cindy, there's Rose, Amanda, Renee, Chris. And we were able to actually help some of these not even using social media, but using the sales skills. They were able to take what they were already doing and convert their friends, convert their prospects to the clients. In addition to that, we also had people show up and start to join us. We all have, again, making commitment, contract with myself. Okay. So we've got tons of these, and they are getting massive results. Teaching people was really my passion. And here now I finally had a message to send. I didn't really need to do any cold calling anymore. So all of these people were able to get success and results through Catapult. So I have shared the stage with many people, and here is what I have whittled it down to. Again, after being an elementary school teacher, I break it down to very step-by-step process. The answer is you need the Catapult combination. When you combine specific strategies for each of those 3 steps, that combination unlocks that pathway for your clients to flood in. So the first dial is A. This is who to contact. And we talked a little bit about that yesterday. We'll continue talking about it today. This is the attraction. The second dial is I. This is how to contact them, how to contact them, what to say, initiate the conversation. This is the initiate or the interact. Third dial is M. This is what to say. This is how to move them to meet. This unlocks your combination. This is what you need. So I can now create a Facebook lead gen strategy. Well, we could do it on any platform, but we're using Facebook because we can use that algorithm. It's the most mature one for anybody. We can make this for anybody, plan it, schedule it, not have to post every day. And actually the posts you make more effective and more quality posts. They do a lot of the relationship building for you so that your leads show up warm, already knowing you, and therefore converting from warm to hot. From cold to warm is all the job of the content, and then warm to hot is all you. Here are, within 6 months, over 30 agents have learned to use Catapult Lead Gen to add lead flow, to have used Catapult to results to fuel their entire business. In fact, by not having to spend as much time on creating content and speaking to individuals, Catapult agents are able to spend so much more time focusing on clients, actually getting back to the reason you probably got into real estate in the first place, which is looking at houses, helping people move on with their lives, helping people, okay? And having enough so that you don't have to work with everybody, but you can actually choose the clients you want to work with. But in the next video right now, I'm going to show you how I've helped agents who are struggling to get leads or convert leads to clients. Actually, how I've helped many agents. And you'll see too how you can stop wondering why things are not working. Okay, so real quick, we are going to talk about the Catapult combination. Now, this is the combination you need to bring in endless leads. And while I'm talking about this, go ahead, take out a piece of paper or a Word doc and number out 1 through 10. Okay. All of the students, all of the agents I have worked with have used this same combination in order to get endless leads coming in. And so the profit margin on social media marketing is extremely high, and very low risk as well. So the Catapult combination has 3 areas that you need to master if you want a profitable 6 and multiple 6-figure business. First, you need to become the master of being able to attract leads. Then you need to be able to master the skill of interacting, initiating the conversation with them. And third, you need to be able to convert them. So each of these are actually broken down into smaller items: niche, content, lead magnets, chatting, engaging, offer, discovery, consultation, and skills lab. Let's change that to skills lab, but it's role play. Okay, So on your paper, we're going to grade yourself on how you are doing on each of those categories. So let's get started and let me explain each one. And as I explain it, I want you to think of where do you fall on a scale of 1 through 10. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, if you are a number 10 on any of these, it means you have mastered the skill. You're probably at 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. You know everything there is to know about it. A 9 would be almost to 6 figures. But for us, if you're just getting started, you're probably between 0 and 6 or 0 and 7 if you've really got it nailed down. Okay, so with your niche, right now, out of 10, how clear are you on your niche, on the messaging, on what words to use in your content to call out the specific people that you want? How well do you know their deepest fears, frustrations, dreams, and desires? Okay, go ahead and score yourself out of 10. If you have no idea, and yesterday was the first time you heard about niche, you might want to give yourself a number 1 or a 2. The second one is content. How good are you at producing content? These are your ads. What I mean by that is every single time you put up a piece of content, does it lead to a person putting up their hand saying, "Oh, yes," and then commenting? Okay, how good are you at getting that to happen? Okay. Now, number 3, lead magnets. Now, most people I've worked with have never done any sort of lead magnet. So it's okay if you have never done, just to let you know that's normal. Lead magnet is how good are you at producing leads on demand? Leads on demand with lead magnets, like putting up an ebook or audiobook or PDF cheat sheet or guide where people put up their hand and say, "Hey, I want that free thing." And again, maybe you haven't done it before. You might be a 0, 1, or a 2. And yeah, most agents I work with have not. Okay, so that's the attraction. Let's talk about the chat, your chat game, your chat game. How good are you at, number 1, starting those chats, moving them into a real estate conversation, using transitional questions, moving or asking questions to help them realize their problem. Okay. Grade yourself 1 out of 10 for that. Okay. All right. And then let's go ahead and move on. So again, if you're doing chats every day, you might score yourself like a 7 or an 8. Or if you're not consistent on chats, if you're not very good at the chat game, might be like a 1 or a 2 or 3. Okay, number 5 is the engage. So how good are you at doing their daily 7? Are you good at building an audience? How good are you at engaging with the algorithm? Because Facebook does not just have one algorithm. There are different types of algorithms. And to work it effectively, you're going to get your content shown and get those people in your atmosphere. Okay, so that's number 5. Number 6 is the offer. Remember we talked yesterday about offer? We talked about just selling a service and giving an actual offer. What would you grade yourself 1 out of 10 for your current offer? Are you just offering to list their house for them, or what else can you offer them? Can you offer them a list of divorce lawyers? Can you offer them a list of vendors? Like, what is your other offerings? Okay, grade yourself 1 out of 10. Again, if you've already got an offer, it's converting and it's working, you could probably give yourself a 9 or a 10. If you do not have an offer, you might want to get a 1 or a 2. Okay, so let's talk about moving to meet. So like motivation, this is the sales department. This is the sales part, okay? Discovery, how good are your questioning skills around digging and finding that pain in your clients? How good are you at eliciting that true motivation? How strong are your questioning skills around digging and finding that motivation? Okay, and then we're going to move over to consultation. How good are you at the leadership of the consult? Structuring the meeting, showing them your value, how you can help them, how good a listener you are, and do you know the soft closes, how to get them bought in along the way? And then the last one is role play, sharpening the sword, or skills lab. Whoops, let me take that away. We'll just leave it at that. Role play, sharpening the sword. Okay, so how often are you doing role play? And just to let you know, 15 minutes a day would be good. Like 15 minutes, 5 days a week would be a good amount. You'd give yourself like a 6 if you're doing that. Okay. And then here at the center, I want you to score yourself. How much head trash are you dealing with? I mean, how much does this bring you down from your ideal self? For me, when I told you that story of like when that woman called me, when the other agent was like, join my team, I was probably buried under my own trash pile at a level 1 or a level 2. I had almost no self-belief. Okay, and go ahead and grade yourself there. How much belief do you have in yourself? How much under your trash pile are you? Okay, and then I want you to score yourself. Just add up all those numbers 1 through 10, and then go ahead and drop them in the chat. And if you are watching this on the replay, do #replay, pause this, do your addition, add them all up, and drop your number in the chat. Okay, and do that now. Here is the full journey of the Catapult to Results. Here's what your journey looks like. Walking up the staircase to your not only 6-figure business, but your scalable business. Okay, so you came in on whatever way we got in contact. Maybe you were a referral. Maybe you were in my network. Maybe you came in on a lead magnet or some piece of content. Because you are now here at the 5-day challenge. Your next step is to join the Catapult to Results, which is a $5,000 marketing and sales course. And I just going to let you know, on day 4, I'm going to show you what it looks like to work together. And just to let you know, I am going to show you the course. It's $5,000. If that makes sense for you, let's have a conversation. You'll even see. But for right now, I just want you to enjoy the course and get some results at the end. Okay. All of this is including a 2-day live masterclass session, which actually get immersion so that you can then move up to a $10,000 catapult evolution. And we'll talk about details of those as well. Again, this is your step-by-step way to get a scalable business. So if you think about, we're just going to leave it at that. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to change this to mistake number 2. No, I got to tell you something. Your real estate company is not there to educate you. And if you're anything like me, when you first joined, you thought that they would teach you everything you needed to know. Turns out that's not. There are 2 million agents. 87% of them fail within the first 5 years. That means 1.7 million agents are not making enough money, which only means 260,000 are. If you divide that by the 50 states, that's 52 agents per state. If you think about the massive amount of land, houses there are in the US, and to think that only 52 agents per state are in the business longer than 5 years, that doesn't sound right. Why is this? How is it that an entire industry it cannot get it together? It's because real estate companies are not actually in the education business. They're in the sales business. If you look at the money flow, you as the agent, you come in and you make money, you give it to them, or you have to pay it to them. You have to pay your company. They take from your paycheck. So if you're anything like me, I joined a brokerage. I had a monthly fee. It was actually $75. And they were not really focused on my lead gen education. I actually had to pay an onboarding fee to them for them to give me a CRM, for them to give me an email address. And I didn't know at the time that that's not normal. I shouldn't have to pay you. I didn't have to pay. And then, anyway, so let me get off my soapbox. If your company has only taken money from you in the form of commission, they may be more education focused. But remember, you as an agent are a product to yourself. And they are using language such as, we'll hire you. But if you look at the money flow, the agent is actually hiring the company to sponsor them. So I want you to just be aware that your real estate company, unless they're paying you, they use your money to pay you. They're not actually hiring you, you're hiring them. Just to open your eyes. But let me introduce you to Pamela. She sent me this message and she's like, good afternoon, Kat. I would like to help you for thanking me with my real estate business. I was in a tough spot, but after our first coaching session, you opened my mind to think outside the box with generating business. I was able to tweak it and call it my own. She said calling FSBOs was a big fear. The next day after our conversation, I was able to get 2 appointments and then 2 days afterwards, a FSBO under contract. So grateful. And then the next day she sent me a message and said, hey, I got another one under contract. So that was super cool. The thing about Pamela was that she had also tried other programs too. And she was not getting any results with her brokerage. So what she did is she jumped on into Catapult to Results. We actually had our clarity call. We got crystal clear on what she wanted, looked at some of the challenges that were standing in her way. I gave her some tools to work with. And after the strategy session, she joined and we continued working together. And here's the thing. Pamela was super skeptical that it would even work. But once we got her results, once she got in, her eyes were opened. And we actually just worked with her to see what we could do in order to get her success. And the thing is that she was about to leave. She was about to be fired from her company for not making any sales. So we got her on the right track. Oh, and she had already had a mentor who wasn't really helping her. I want you to also meet Cindy. It was really cool. Her brokerage was giving her leads. Cindy got 3 closings in her first 3 months after she worked with me, because she had been an agent for 6 months and she had 0 closings before we got together. Now, she had also taken a part-time job because she hadn't gotten any results with her brokerage. They gave her leads, but she didn't really know how to make it all happen. So we got crystal clear on what she wanted. And we looked at some of the challenges that were holding her back. And after the strategy session, she decided to jump in the program. And she really increased her confidence the most by really just learning what to say and how to say it and how to care for the lead all the way through the combination to get them to sign on. And again, with Cindy, she was super skeptical that it would work for her. She even had a mentor. She also had a mentor. I want you to see what she was saying. She was like, my mentor is very nice, but I feel that I need more of a teacher than a mentor. I'm working with a real estate coach who's incredible. She's saying this in a public forum. I feel like I'm finally learning. The bottom line is to get through the transaction. Yeah. So she ended up changing out of her brokerage so that she could actually move things in her direction. So good job, Cindy. Okay, we're going to talk real quick. Actually, we're not. We're going to skip. We're going to skip this section right here. We're going to narrow the niches. Niche of niches. All right, you chose 3 to 5. 3 to 5 niches last night. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually use this cool matrix to write them and figure out which one you should go with, at least for your first time. So I'm going to find my Zoom controls and we are going to annotate this. So what I want you to do is in the top, I want you to put your, just follow along right now. I want you to write, you'll see this in your, maybe you won't find, you don't have to work, but right here, I want you to write your 3 niches. Okay. So for me, I would choose like triathletes. This would be a lifestyle one. And then my personal connection to triathletes. Yes, I would say yes, I'm in the level 5. We're doing 1 out of 5, by the way. Is it special about my area? Kind of, because it's Florida. There are trails around. Is it easy to target? Yes, there are Facebook groups. Another one would be military. Do I have a personal connection? No, I don't. But is it special about my area? Yeah, we have a base nearby. Is it easy to target? Yep, it would be. Okay. Now the last one would be like waterfront property. Okay. Now I live in a waterfront property, so I would choose in level 5. And then is it special about my area? Yeah, because we're in Florida. And is it easy to target? Medium to no. I don't know how to specify that. So then if I were to, I'm writing green actually. If I were to look at 5, 4, 5, that would be 14. If I were to add these up, this would be 8. And then 5, 3, 2, this would be 10. Okay, so if you were going to do this with your niches, I want you to go through and do this exercise now. And again, if you're watching this in replay format, hashtag replay down below and pause this and do this for yourself on the next slide. Let me clear my drawings. Ready? Go do this for yourself in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, welcome back. Hope you paused it. And we're going to talk about the 3 things it takes for a who. The first one is you have to find somebody who is wounded or worried about something. So basically the person has to have a problem and be in pain, like emotional pain, obviously. Okay, they need to have to sell for a reason. Oh, we're getting a divorce and we don't want to live in the same house together, or I can't afford this on my own. We have to sell. Okay. They must be hungry and actively seeking a solution. They must own a house. They can't just not own a house. They have to have a house in order for you to systemize your system, your dial, your combination. Okay. So this is where we call this an I help statement. Okay. I help, we'll just talk divorced homeowners eliminate stress and without getting screwed over by the other side. Okay. Even if your ex is a jerk or whatever. Okay. So that's how that would work. Now that's just kind of bonus. We're not going to focus too much on that. But when I say I help statement, this is what I mean. Okay. Again, this is just 3 steps to get clients. So we have the attraction. We really want to dial in on the niche. That's going to create more powerful content. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And then that's going to create leads on demand. Once you've created all that, you're going to have the initiate, basically the chat, engaging the algorithm, and then your offer. After that, we're going to have a role play to all of those skills that you learned, keep them sharp, discovery, and then to the consult. Yay! Okay, attract, initiate, and move. This is your catapult combination. We're going to skip that for now. And we are going to move on to your action items. Let's move on. Okay, so with action items, I'm actually going to give you a post that I meant to give you yesterday. Okay. So the post that I meant to give you yesterday, let me grab it real quick, is this one. What? Oops, I didn't move it to the right place. This one, okay? And with it, I want you to post it on your personal profile. Okay, you're gonna have solid background. I'll move this in just a second. Solid background. You're gonna add some emojis to it. Okay. And see if you can have white text on a solid background. So even though this is gradient, it's a solid background. Okay, so no bunch of designs. Go onto your personal profile and type in the words, and then go to Facebook's feature and have it do that cool thing where it puts it on there for you. So let me see if I can actually share my phone. Let me see if I can get my phone to show you, because this is probably simple for a lot of you. However, it's not simple for the people it's not simple for. So I want you to let me see. Can you see my phone? Is it showing? No, it's not showing. So let's do this. Screen number 2. Okay. Yeah, you can see it now. So you're going to go to what's on your mind. And then here you are going to type in, I'm curious. And you're going to spell it correctly. What does everyone do for a living? Okay. And then just say, saw this on a French page and it was so cool. You see the solid background. Now you're going to do this button. Choose any of these, not those. Choose any of these solid backgrounds. Like this one would be okay. This one will be okay. This will be okay. I say not this one because it's just a little bit too distracting and it doesn't look professional. We want to be professional. Also not super professional. Okay, this is not professional either. By misspelling it. Curious. Okay. So then just add, whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, basically just tap that, add a cool background. All right. Now I'm obviously not going to post this right now, but that's what you're going to do for that. That's your homework. If you didn't do it last night, I did put it in an email, but I don't know if you actually saw it. Then day 2, you are going to, that niche that you chose, you are going to go into Facebook search. You're going to do a search in Facebook. Okay, I'll show you my profile real quick. Let me see if that will reflect. Yep. Okay. You're going to go here and you're going to be like divorce groups. Okay. And you want to, over here on the left, you want to choose groups. Make sure you're getting groups. Whatever your niche is, I want you to write that up here. And then go through and join. Maximum of about 8, okay? You could do up to 10. You know what? Just leave it as the assignment though is just going to be to do 5 to 8 groups, okay? 5 to 8 groups. All right? And everybody who responds to your post responds in their post, okay? Again, 2 points per day for the profile ring. This is your homework. If you need to take a screenshot, write it down. The things that you have are, who else is watching on here? All right, so go to the group right now, post your key takeaways. So you get 1 point each, 2 points max. Then you're going to join Facebook groups, 1 point each, 5 points max. Respond to everybody who says something on here. Respond to them with a question. And then privately send them a DM. Hey there, name. Thanks for liking my post. Okay, so those, and then if you have not done the profile ring, go do the profile ring. This helps me advertise, shows me your commitment, and this is the end of day 2. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the group.